We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhớ thiết chúng sanh, tình chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như á liêu sanh tỏa tư ly khổ lạc lạc, tập chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đan Thô Sư Chế Đô Ye Ở La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Ta Nắc Tha Tô Già Đa Già La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tham Bồ Đà Thoa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng shuk Wei miao fa ba hi qian wan jian an zao yu wo jin jie wen de shou qi yuan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Chu Cha, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good knowing advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、智者大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Trí Gia Đại sư Thượng Thiên Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 3rd of August 2024. We're here at Gold Forest to continue discussing the Vimalakirti Sutra. Thank you for joining us. We're right now on slide 80 something. Yeah, 86. Thank you very much. Okay, we're in the section where the Buddha discusses the Bodhisattvas, what they're doing, what they're about, and so forth. So this is kind of nice insight into how they operate, what they do for us. Okay, established with the awe-inspiring spiritual power of all Buddhas, they received and upheld the proper Dharma and protected the city of the Dharma.
诸佛威神之所建立，维护法尘，受持正法。
Okay, commentary slide 87. Established with the awe-inspiring spiritual power of all Buddhas. All Buddhas have a stake in this, not just Sakyamuni Buddha, but also all Buddhas of all the Buddha lands in the universe, in the Dharma realm. Okay, so This is why the Bodhisattvas, they are known to all Buddhas. It's a very privileged group. Once you are a member, they know you. Okay, they watch over you. Okay, and the Buddhas, all Buddhas, not just one Buddha, but all Buddhas, use their spiritual power. Okay, awe-inspiring, meaning that if you're able to witness the awesome spiritual power of the Buddha, how they manifest, okay, it's really inconceivable. This is why the Buddhas are very discreet. They don't reveal it to low lives like us. Okay, but the Bodhisattvas know better. They understand better, and that's why they're able to recognize and take advantage of the spiritual power of the Buddhas. Okay, and the Vasha Shastra, it says there, the Vasha Shastra is a Shastra written by a Bodhisattva. It confirms this fact that in the body of a Bodhisattva, any Bodhisattva, you see the power of the Buddha, some merit and virtue and wisdom manifests itself. Okay, so in other words, the Bodhisattvas receive a lot of help from Buddha's powers and wisdom. Okay, it's unfair, frankly, to the other side, but this is the only way for the Bodhisattvas to mature and grow properly. Very much like your children need your protection and your guidance and your power in order for them to grow and prosper. Okay? 88. So what happens is that Bodhisattvas, they work hard, they work very hard, and we're going to see it, and how busy they are, how hard they work. But what is not said is that this is kind of interesting to me, this text here. This is from Sutra, Dharma Master Sutra. He knows so much. He's incredibly wise. Okay, so it's a real treat to be able to have a glimpse or learn about what he sees, what he understands. He got it because of the Buddha's secret protection and assistance. This is extended to all the Bodhisattvas in their pursuits of their work. Okay. And so in other words, the Bodhisattvas themselves are just a seed, okay? So the seed has the potential to grow into something useful, something meaningful, but in order for it to grow, it needs help, external help. So a seed needs help from soil, from sunlight, wind, rain, fertilizer, and so forth, before it can bear fruit. So that's what happens as well. Unfortunately, for my era, wasn't emphasized enough. It's always in my times we looked up to Master YongHua, okay, and we totally depended on him. But it is what we never were taught is that actually he's and all of us actually receive a lot of help from Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Okay, without which we cannot have a chance of succeeding in our endeavors. So the bigger the endeavors you have in benefiting others, the more you must depend on the Buddha's secret protection and assistance. Believe. Okay? 89. These Bodhisattvas have causes of compassion, wisdom, and diligence, and they practice meditation to transform themselves. However, they need to depend on the kindness and compassion of all Buddhas, because each Buddha has a specialty. Each Buddha, why do they depend on the help and assistance of all Buddhas, you think? Why is that? Why can't they say, this Saha world here is Shakyamuni Buddha's territory. Why should I come in? I mean, it's his problem. Why this is a work, a collective work, not just for one Buddha, but every single Buddha land, all Buddhas are actually pitching in to help out. Why is that? You don't believe me. You just go so quiet to me and say, really? We got help from all the Buddhas? Seriously? You believe or not? See, no one believes. Okay. Serves me right. Talking too big without any proof. Yes, DTT.
Master, I think because the compassion of the Buddha is unlimited, so it's spread over all the universe. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the best help to have all the Buddha have.
Okay, theoretically, but again, my question is: this is a territory of Shakyamuni Buddha. Why should the other Buddhas pitch in? Why should they? They say, Shakyamuni is a Buddha already. He can do anything he wants. He can do anything he needs to do. He doesn't need us. Yes, 4. It's not just compassion.
Maybe because all the Buddha's Dharma body are everywhere, so they just everywhere, and then they automatically just help everywhere.
Okay, so you read it somewhere.
I didn't, Master.
Heard it somewhere. Okay. I need more. Way Mountain.
Hi, Master. Is it because of different affinities with the different Buddha?
Exactly. Efficiency, American efficiency. Buddha efficiency. You understand? What happens to us is that we've been all over the universe. Okay? Sometimes we're in a Saha world, and sometimes we get transplanted. For example, I speak from facts. At the end of our Saha world here, sometimes in the future, it will be destroyed. Hopefully, you won't be around. Okay? Hopefully I won't be around. How is that? Hopefully I be in the Western Bliss Pure Land then. Okay? But those of you who are going to be around, guess what's going to happen to you? You don't know? No one told you? Okay, then I don't have to tell you. Never mind. Moving on. Yes, Way Mountain.
Nam mô Di Đà Phật. Dạ con kính bạch thầy. Con nghĩ tất cả chư Phật là cũng tùy theo duyên, với lại một cái nữa là nơi này và giữa cái khổ và cái nơi này là cái nơi mà chúng sanh khổ nhiều, cái cõi Ta Bà, phải không thầy? Đó điểm thứ nhất. Với lại điểm thứ hai là cho nên tất cả chư Phật đến đây để mà độ trì tất cả chúng sanh và chỉ hướng dẫn cho chúng sanh tu, tại vì nơi đây có khổ, có vui. Dạ, với lại cái câu hỏi thứ hai của con là có một cái giấc mơ là cái tuần vừa rồi là con đám giỗ của ngoại con, bà mất đi đã 10 năm rồi. Thì buổi sáng buổi lễ xong ở nhà thì con mới đứng nói chuyện với bà, nhưng mà đó là có trước cái hình của bà với lại hình của mẹ chồng con. Mẹ chồng con thì cũng mới mất mấy tháng nay thôi, đã có đưa bà dì về chùa ở đây. Thì con mới nói với bà là con không biết là giờ bà ngoại với lại má đã có gặp nhau ở cõi cực lạc chưa, mà sao không cho con thấy? Nếu như hai bà đã gặp nhau ở cực lạc rồi thì cho con thấy được đi, để con vui. Xong thì con không thấy, con nằm mơ con không thấy, nhưng mà Thùy nằm mơ Thùy lại thấy, là thấy bà cố là bà ngoại con nó về, và mẹ chồng con về, hai người, nhưng mà về bằng một cái ánh sáng, chứ không phải là về thấy nguyên cái thân thể. Nhưng mà cô thấy là cái mặt của bà ngoại con thì rất là nghiêm nghị. Bà nói với cô ấy là thế giới, bà nói là tại sao không có lo mà sắm một cái ship, cái tàu á thầy, một cái ship á, để đi về một cái thế giới khác, tại vì cái thế giới này là sắp hủy diệt rồi. Thì bà nhắn lời như vậy đó. Xong rồi thì sau khi mà cái giấc mơ đó thì cô ta thấy cô ta đang làm một cái ship, thì cái giấc mơ đó xong thì cô lại thấy là ở trên không trung có người nói là có ba trái đất, mà trên không trung nói với cô ấy là đã hủy diệt 2 trái rồi, bây giờ còn trái này là sẽ bị hủy diệt nữa. Thì đây có phải là lời message của bà? Và con muốn hỏi là con nói chuyện với bà nhưng mà con lại không được gặp bà, mà con lại được bà về để mà cho biết đó thầy. Dạ, con xin thầy. Nam mô Di Đà Phật.
Emitofuo. Hello, Master. So I think that all the Buddha, depending on their conditions that they follow, also this place is the place where living beings are suffering the most at this Saha world. Is that right? Second is that the Buddha come here to cross over and maintain all living beings, guide living beings through cultivation. It has suffering and it has bliss in it. My second question is that, so last week is my anniversary of my maternal grandma. She passed away 10 years ago. So that morning I was standing in front of the altar and talking to her through her image, and the image of my mother, my mother-in-law as well. So my mother-in-law, she passed away a couple months ago, and we also request a black year at the temple. I don't know if my grandma, which is Thui's great-grandmother, and my mother-in-law, are they all in Pure Land or not? So I could not see that. However, Thui had a dream. In the dream, so my maternal grandmother came back and tell her that, so she came back in a form of, both of them came back in the form of light. They don't have a body, but then the image of the grandmother was still there and telling her that this world is about to be destroyed. Why don't you make a spaceship to go to a different world? Because we have been there were 3 different Earths like this, and we have destroyed the 2 others, and this one is the remaining, and it was about to be destroyed. So then, in the dream, we also made the spaceship halfway already, and then they saw on the sky that there was 3 Earths, and the two was destroyed already. Is that the case that going to happen? So I just want to ask about it. Emitofuo.
Okay. I will answer question number 2 first and number 1 after. Number 2, answer is I don't know. It's something you have to discuss it with maternal mother and grandmother, because I hate to get in between you women. Okay, as far as where they are and so forth, Sangwok Sunim, please send a message to Captain Kirk and find out where they are. Sangwok Sunim, you know what Captain Kirk is referring to? See, I have so much I have to teach you. It's American culture. Okay, Star Trek, have you watched Star Trek in K-Land? Okay, it's Captain Kirk. Captain Picard is later. All right, so I will have to discuss this in private and whatever. Okay, I need to hear back from Captain Kirk. As far as the first question is, no. No, it's not quite like that. Anyone else? Here's what happens. At the end of this world, when this world is about to become destroyed, all of it, will be destroyed. Okay. Before that, there will be 3 calamities. We started the destruction already. 1, and then it destroyed a lot of stuff, and then the next one destroyed more, and the third one destroyed more, and then eventually the whole thing just destroyed. Okay, the whole soul world destroyed. Okay, what's going to happen to your descendants who will be around? What is going to happen is that it could be you. So this is could be of interest to you, especially those of you who do not believe in Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land and refuse to go there, and you probably will keep on recycling here and here and here, and go round and round and round until it's time for the world to be destroyed. When you happen to be there, what's going to happen? You will be temporarily transported to a different world. Isn't that cool? So it's sort of like free travel. It's totally free. Very much like if you're an alien, U.S. government will fly you back to China and, Colombia. Okay? So that you continue to live in a different world. And when this higher world comes around again, then you'll be transported back in time after Genesis. Sangwok Sunim, you know what Genesis is? You are really a Catholic deep down, aren't you? Yeah, okay. So after this higher world was created again, came back again, and then was ready to be inhabited, we'll be transported back here to continue our prison terms. So what does it mean? No, not so fast, not so fast. This is what happens when I give you too much information. It's just question after question after question. First, the woman asks, how come my grandma only appears in my daughter's dream and not mine? How come I'm the one who cares for her and she doesn't even, signal to me at all? Family affairs. I'm going to stay out of it. Okay. So the point being that when you are transported to a different world, okay, that belongs to a different Buddha, isn't it? It means that you have connection to that Buddha. That's why you're able to go there. Okay. So you see, the point being that Buddhas, we have affinities with the Buddha, whether it's here in this world or other worlds, because of such relationship as we transmigrate in our journey towards Buddhahood. Okay, because we ourselves go through our move everywhere. And everywhere we go to the New World, we have affinities with the Buddha. We go to the New World and we offer flowers to the Buddha. Now the Buddha knows about us. So he's still waiting for a chance to help save us when he can. Okay? And so that's the first reason. Number two reason is that those Buddhas out there who are watching over you, over us, is because when they were practicing the Bodhisattva path, we made offerings to them, so they owe us. So after they become Buddhas, they said, I need to repay my debts because it keeps on accruing interest. This is not healthy. It's not like 2% interest, it's more like 15% interest. So they are kind of in a hurry to pay us back as soon as possible. So that's why they watch over us. Oh, now is my chance to pay them back. That's why. Got that? Because that's why I believe the fact that all Buddhas have vested interest in us. We've been revolving in this wheel reincarnation for so long, since beginningless time. So as you can see, imagine this, with this kind of timeline, you have a chance to be exposed to in so many Buddhas. Does it make sense? So the timeline is incredibly long, a lot longer than you think. All you see now is your life, but you don't realize that you can't even remember what happened before you were born. Okay? That's what's happening. Imagine, look at your life right now. It's a repeat of what happened before and before and before in prior lifetimes. We have a way of repeating ourselves. Find the same woman to marry again, same kids to have again, and so forth. It's insane. You should be lucky you're not married. Yes, sir. 6.
Master, this sounds like, well, scientists say that the universe ends in I don't know how many billion years anyways. So is it like this is the universe ends and it repeats and we follow on to the next one into infinity or until we get to the Pure Land?
What proof do the scientists have that the universe will end?
You gotta ask
this
them.
Galaxy will be destroyed, yes. They can see that because they can see how the stars are formed and they are destroyed and so forth. They observe it, okay? But universe is a different kind of scale. Universe is infinite. They can't even have any idea on how to measure infinity. How could they possibly say this universe will come to an end? That's nonsense. That's non-scientific. It's unscientific. Nonsense. I would not buy it. I would rather take the Buddha's version. All right, Way Mountain.
Master, I was just going to say the Pure Land is pure. I mean, we're Saha world is impure, so the two Buddhas probably work together, but I don't know how that works, and that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's more the Buddha business, so we don't really know what they're doing, how they negotiate and what kind of agreement, gentleman's agreement they might have between them. We don't know. So the nature of the people who do not understand Buddhism, who do not believe in the Buddhist teaching, they don't know they can take advantage of it. The only difference is that they believe all they have to do is go to the Pure Land and all this madness will no longer matter. All the suffering we're experiencing right now, all this is a very short duration. It's meaningless. The big picture is that if one day you wake up and you say, this is so much suffering, Yes, in Saha world there's a mixture of joy and suffering and pain. But if you believe in Buddha's teaching, go to the Pure Lands, you see where you only experience joy and never suffer again. That's what they're for. Okay, this land is of a different purpose. This land is to remind you, look at your body, how sick it is. That's a proof right there. Don't go any further. Look at yourself, how sick your body is. You know, and you know, it's just not just you. When you're sick, when your body is sick, it affects the people who love you. You know, today I just heard at lunch that one of our longtime disciples, a relative, had some kidney failure, kidney stone, and they operated had an operation on the kidney, and the operation went wrong. And so the doctor told the family, come to the hospital and say goodbye. Okay, life here in our world is so fragile. We don't know. Okay, yesterday she was healthy, today she's gonna pass. Okay, it's a lot of suffering. Think about it. Okay, and so this world here, the purpose of this world is to remind you of impermanence, how much suffering there is in this world, in this existence. Okay, don't cling on to it. Okay, if you really care for others, you care for the one you love, take care of them, convince them to go to the Pure Land. That's real for them. This is what the Buddha taught. So that's why there are two kinds of world, two lands, one impure, one pure. Impure land is to remind us that sometimes it takes for us to suffer, to be in pain, to wake up. But after you wake up, there is an escape for you. Okay, in Buddhism, escape is either you open your own wisdom and rise above suffering yourself, or you escape horizontally by going to a pure world, a pure land, where the Buddha would take care of you. And you never have to experience pain and suffering again. Okay? Okay. And so the Bodhisattvas are in a business of self-transformation. Their effort is that in order to become Buddhas, they need to go, they prefer when the time is ripe, to go to impure land like us, where they can practice. Okay, that's why there are two types of lands in the universe. Pure land to help you grow strong enough so that you can fend for yourself. Then when it's time that you're strong enough, you can be on your own, then you'll be sent back to the impure land where you're able to cultivate faster, and pain and suffering will no longer be overwhelming for you. Okay, very much like when our children, we need to protect them until they're strong enough to handle pain and suffering themselves. All right? The only difference is that we have children because out of stupidity. The Buddha sent us back to the impure world because the Buddha says this is better for you, it's faster for you. All right? And so the Buddhas are watching over the Bodhisattvas, and the Bodhisattvas take advantage of wisdom, life from the Buddha, the spiritual powers, and the Dharma that the Buddha speak for Bodhisattvas, and that's how that's what really is happening. 90. We're still in the concept of the Bodhisattvas being established by the spiritual powers, or the overwhelming spiritual powers of all Buddhas. Okay, in the Avatamsaka Sutra, it says, 8th ground Bodhisattva, wishing to be immersed in emptiness, can only be accomplished by assistance and encouragement of Buddha. Here's what happens. Anyone knows about Xu Yun, Great Master Xu Yun? You take a look at his photos, very black and white, very old photos, untouched, retouched. What's the English word for it? What? Unphotoshopped. Yeah, thank you. You must work for Photoshop, Adobe. Anyway, so you look at the old photos of Master Xu Yun. His eyes are always closed. Rarely do you find his eyes open at all. Okay, and that's what the Bodhisattvas do in order to preserve their strength. You look at Master Xu Yun, he's so skinny, meaning he doesn't eat much, doesn't sleep much, something that your typical acupuncturist will go berserk about. The acupuncturists are always complaining about us not sleeping enough, not eating enough. But they don't know it's our practice. Okay? So you see, so when you don't have a lot of things to spare in terms of energy and food, because if we don't eat enough, we don't rest enough, we don't sleep enough, so you close your eyes. That's what he does. He closes his eyes, and then that's how he minimizes the energy spent on living. This is how you get to eat less. Is that clear? You guys are skinny because you eat a lot, but then you spend a lot. Master Xu Yun is exactly opposite. He doesn't eat much, but he does a lot, probably more than you do. Okay? So you need to preserve energy. All right? And it's not just preserving energy. He also needs to be so efficient with his energy. And that's what this is referring to, because Master Xu Yun is 8th ground Bodhisattva. Okay? In order for him to maximize his efficiency, you know what he does? He is immersed in emptiness. Okay? They're always in samadhi. See, that's why when you look at Master Xu Yun's photos and images, you never see him smile. Okay? I maybe saw one photo of him with his eyes open. Most of the time he's posing like this. He's in samadhi. And here it says, Xu Yun was able to do that only because of the help and encouragement of Buddhas. The point being that Bodhisattvas are a lot more humble than we are. Even Master Xu Yun's level, a great sage, knows he's able to do that because it's from the help and encouragement of Buddhas. Okay? And not everyday kind of insight. This is from a different world, different perspective, different scale of big picture. Okay? And so the point being that the reason that Buddhas supported Master Xu Yun, Great Master Xu Yun, and Emitofuo, okay, is because Master Xu Yun was following the Buddha's teachings and instructions. Okay? And because of that, Buddhas, without being asked, will secretly support and protect and help him. That's what happened. Yes, sir. 6.
Master, if Master Suyun was able to be in permanent samadhi, does that mean that he lived in a state of no afflictions then, since he's always in samadhi?
He basically has very few afflictions. He has afflictions, but his main business, okay, he has afflictions because he had to, when he was alive, he was fixing up a lot of temples. I don't know about you. What happened to Jung? Oh, Jung disappeared, took back his wife. That's a lot of suffering. Anyway, when you work in construction, there are a lot of afflictions. Okay, and so Master Xu Yun chose to rehabilitate, to fix up a lot of temples in his lifetime. That's his specialty, is build temples. You can recognize the pattern for 8G Bodhisattvas. They build temples, fix temples. That's what they like. For some reason, they're crazy about temples. Master Xu Yun, did he build any temples? Not really. He bought a bunch of things and fixed them up, and then, and he moved on. Never built any huge monument to commemorate or to glorify God. Glorify Buddha. Okay, he never into that business because it's much higher. But Xu Yun is the one who built and fixed a lot of beautiful temples in China. That's what they seem to specialize in. Okay, and so that's his chosen path for cultivation, and that's what he needs to do, by the way, at his level, in order to improve. So Buddhists understand that, and that's why the Buddhas will support and protect great Master Xu Yun. Because if he didn't, Master Xu Yun has a problem. And that's in relation to your question, is he always in samadhi? Most of the time he's in samadhi, but more often than he liked to, he's not in samadhi. Because the Buddha would not allow him to be in samadhi. He needs to be afflicted. This is what 8G Bodhisattvas don't understand. If they're not careful, they can be in samadhi constantly, and they don't like it, they get out. And in order for them to improve, they need to be afflicted. They don't realize it. They need to be afflicted. That's why Buddhas, in order to placate them, allow them to be in samadhi most of the time, but at appropriate times, they will suffer. They will be disturbed, and they hate it. That's when they open their eyes. Oh, there's so much suffering. Yeah, that's why Master Xu Yun couldn't wait to get out of our earth and go and be with the Maitreya Bodhisattva. Okay, next. 91. Next part of the text says, they received and upheld the proper Dharma and protected the city of the Dharma. This again is another insider information. Meaning that after you hear this, you hear anyone building a city of the Dharma, good time to invest in their stocks or get stock options. You'll be immensely rich. Okay? And not worry about fluctuations of the stock market or need a financial advisor. Okay. Concept of city of the Dharma. What does it tell you? City of the Dharma. A city that is created by the Dharma. Make sense? City of the Dharma. So why would the Dharma need to create a city? Or you could say, city where you can practice the Dharma, where you can find the Dharma, where you can benefit from the Dharma. Very much like, you hear of the great pizzerias in New York City. That's where you go, where you find the things you're looking for. So city of the Dharma is that if you're looking for the Dharma, you want to go to the city of the Dharma. Okay? So the Bodhisattvas, so here in the bullets here in slide 91, so this Dharma here refers to proper Dharma. Proper Dharma is the Dharma taught by the Buddha. Can stop and keep out non-Buddha Dharma. Non-Buddha Dharma are not good for you. That's why they need to be kept out. Okay? Because when you outside of the city of Dharma, you cannot tell the difference. Within the city of the Dharma, it's all sustained, it's all nurtured by the Dharma. Okay? You can be safe, and you can be assured, you can rest assured that you can only find the proper Dharma there. And that's why it's meant to keep out the non-Buddha Dharma, which is very confusing. Buddha Dharma is so low-key. It's not meant to impress ordinary people like us. It's just the exact opposite. Bodhisattvas, the Dharma is designed to impress them, not people like us. You know that? People like us, the Buddha says, no point impressing you. I can compete with your BMWs and your money and your gold and so forth. Okay. And that's what interests you. But the Dharma here, the Bodhisattvas are can be impressed by the Dharma because they appreciate it more than we do. Okay, they have the blessings to appreciate it. Okay, so that's why the proper Dharma can keep out, and the non-Buddha Dharma, the externalists, can stop them. Okay, they cannot. The non-Buddha Dharma do not have the power to overcome the Buddha Dharma. They're no match for the Buddha Dharma. Okay, hands down. This is why it's never a comparison. It's never a concern that that the externalist Buddha, the non-Buddha Dharma are a threat to the real proper Dharma. Never been the case. Okay, they cannot possibly oppress the proper Dharma. Actually, it's the opposite. Okay, I'll give you an example. I was in Korea last year. This year, last year, I don't remember, last year. Okay, and so one of the disciples of the temple introduced his friend to us, a woman whose husband passed away recently. And the guy practiced some kind of external things where he store these ghosts and the spirits in these bottles. Okay, a lot of bottles, as you can imagine. When he was doing that, he was storing a lot of those bottles. Okay, and after he died, okay, he left the house and some money to the family. After he died, the woman, the wife inherited the money and the house and so forth. So she was okay, but she had all these glass bottles that are rumored to contain a lot of ghosts in there. Because what happened is when he was alive, he was going around and helping people who were pestered by ghosts, that he would take the ghosts and put them in the bottle and plug up the bottle. God knows how many of them are there. Okay? There's such people. Yeah, don't look at me like that. Swear to God it's the truth. Okay? So they have these bottles. So she didn't know what to do. She said, I don't need to do this kind of thing. My husband never taught me how to do these things. I'm not interested in doing these things. My daughter is older now, and she has a job, so we don't need to continue this kind of business. But we don't know what to do with the bottles. So the family friend there, who used to be the husband's friend, they kind of cuckoo. Okay, they're weird. Okay, they come to me and they introduce the woman to me and said, the master here has a big mouth. Ask him, you can help dispose of it. Okay, so she came to me with the daughter, talk a while, look at them, so you seem to be okay. Yeah, okay, so you want to get rid of the bottles? And, I feel bad, for you. But I tell you what, that's create some blessings for them. So I didn't know the Dharma the Master actually taught me yesterday. I should have told them, buy 9 sashes, 2 Buddha statues, offer to the temple to create blessings for the ghosts. I didn't do that. Okay? In the future, I will try that. Might work better. Because I said, I tell you what, get some rebirth blessings for these ghosts. Yes, there's some ghosts in there. Get some rebirth blessings for them. And I gave them a number. Get a little bit of them, okay? And give him the bottles. I meant give them to Master XX. Not XA, XX. See, that's why she doesn't look the same anymore. So they brought up like 3 bottles, 4 bottles, 5 bottles, I don't remember anymore. And one of them was broken. So some of the ghosts came out and stayed at Gold Forest. We don't know for sure. So what I did, and please don't tell anyone, don't tell the Koreans, I got the 5 bottles, okay? I brought them to the garbage area of the building and left it there, and I ran. I thought I was smart, right? Hey, it's a bottle, who's gonna know? It's gonna be recycled anyway. Those ghosts came to the husband's friend, the late husband's friend, and complained, this is not fair. This is not fair to us. Good thing they didn't cause any trouble for Master XX. Okay? My point is that they make a lot of noises. The externalists, they make a big deal, and then they beat the drums and proclaim this, proclaim that. We quietly go about doing our business, okay? Because we don't need the attention. All right? You can stop them from creating problem, causing problems. All right. And these people, they're so unreasonable. Give some rebirth blessing, they still complain. Cannot be taken seriously. Okay. And here in the Chinese, we admitted the way here, which you establish the city of the Dharma. Someone has to establish it. And then comes in the job of protection. Okay, but it's okay. This detail doesn't matter. Let me tell you, what he means by way here is that way here refers to the fact that it's out of wisdom that you're able to establish a city of the Dharma. It requires wisdom. It's not a casual thing at all. Way here is you establish the city of Dharma out of wisdom. Do you know that they need it? It's necessary for our people. Okay? But it's too much detail. And why you need protection? Protection, what you guys don't realize that you are so full of yourself, okay? Without the protection of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, you're going to be in big trouble. So you need protection against who? Externalists, demons, the confused people, okay? On the outside, you need to some protection against externalists and the demons. Demons are troublemakers. That's all they do, is bring about destruction and havoc to everywhere, to everyone they know. Okay, that's what they do for fun. Okay, that's outside. Inside, you also need protection against yourself. What is it about you that's dangerous? You have delusions, things such as view and thought delusions. Okay? You are dangerous. Okay. They receive and upheld the proper Dharma. Okay. So this in the city of the Dharma, this is where the city of the Dharma came about because they, in the past, received and upheld the proper Dharma. Okay? The proper Dharma here refers to the four teachings here in our world: the store teaching for the sound hearer, connective teaching, high level, separate teaching for Bodhisattvas, and perfect teaching for you to become a Buddha. Okay, so what Master Shenhua did is to bring this proper Dharma from China to the U.S., where this is where you can go to the U.S. and learn about these four teachings. It's an official declaration from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas that the proper Dharma have moved to the U.S. It's no longer in China. It's by design. They need to make the announcement so that there's exodus of the Dharma protectors that move. Okay, and the main forces are now in the U.S. Because the people here who receive and upheld the proper Dharma. All right? And so here says Bodhisattvas protect the city of Nirvana, that's the city of the Dharma, by receiving and maintaining the Dharma from Buddhas of the 10 directions to help living beings, preserving the proper Dharma in the 10 directions. Okay? And so, receive and upheld. Receive here also has a connotation that you are a worthy Dharma vessel. Okay? Dharma vessel. is something that, a vessel is something that contains, that can contain, designed to contain. So the Bodhisattvas are Dharma vessels because they are selectively transmitted Dharmas. Okay, so they themselves become Dharma vessels, then they teach their followers, their disciples, who then become Dharma vessels themselves. Okay, upheld the proper Dharma. Upheld here is the concept of once you receive the Dharma, you uphold it. You uphold it by practicing it in your daily life. It's not meant for knowledge. If we teach you Chan, okay, it's meant for you to practice it, then you will be better off. You'll be able to take advantage of the benefits. But unlike the scholars who all want to know, and they don't, it's just, I know that's enough, then they're missing out. Very much like you eat pho and you refuse to swallow. Okay, upheld is that you use it in your daily life. All right? Then you have all the fun and the advantages of the Dharma, the proper Dharma. And by the way, it's very difficult to uphold the proper Dharma. It takes a lot of blessings. You're not doing enough, it's because you still don't have enough blessings. Don't take it lightly. You know. And from perspective of the mind, these sages uphold and the proper Dharma. So they explain to this. Okay, this is what happens inside. It's a big deal inside. This proper Dharma here refers to how you apply it in your mind. And so he says here, emptying the false, yet not attaching to emptiness, is protect the small nirvana. Okay, it refers to the fact that emptying the false, meaning the existence. Existence is called the false because it's not real. It has no nature. It has no self-nature. Okay, so the small vehicle, the small vehicle in a proper Dharma, the small vehicle side of a proper Dharma, is the teaching of emptiness so that you can let go. You can let go of everything. Okay? And so what happens is that unlike the Hinayana people, they misunderstand. They taught about emptiness, they attain emptiness, but they don't realize that we are teaching them to protect the small nirvana, okay, and don't allow them to enter. Remember, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are watching over us. They're watching how we are marionettes, we are playing, we are, like the kids, they're beating each other, yelling each other, screaming and crying and so forth. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are watching above, okay? And what happens to the Hinayana people is that they love the emptiness, they love the peace and the bliss from experiencing the emptiness. And they're so happy. They're so much happier than all the worldly pleasures. Okay? And so they said, this is the coolest thing in life. And so they have a tendency of, they say, I'm no longer attached to my wife. I'm no longer attached to my car. Okay? And that's why they prefer to enter small nirvana. And And there's a real danger there, so the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are watching over them to stir them. Make sure they don't enter small nirvana. Because the Buddha who taught them about small nirvana in the first place, if they're not careful, these arhats and prateka Buddhas, they enter small nirvana, they're going to be in trouble. Okay, so that's why they're being stirred to not enter small nirvana. Okay, whereas the Bodhisattvas, they stay in the middle, the false, and yet not attaching to the middle. Okay, it's Mahayana jargon. Don't worry about it. You understand more down the road. Okay, but this is Jia Chung 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 Jia. I like this translation here, and impressed by this translation. So this is when I first read this Chinese thing from Master Chucha, I couldn't understand it until I saw the translation from ChatGPT. I was impressed. This is one of the highlights of the AI thing. It's AI translation. I couldn't understand. I said, "Yeah, chung chung yeah." I couldn't get it. And luckily for me, I sat there and said, "What does it mean?" And then I stumbled upon the translation. Beautiful. Okay, it's there, but don't try to understand too much. Okay, it's one of the highlights, but the rest of ChatGPT translation sucks. So some bright spots here and there, okay, because there's so much junk in the way that from the materials they use to train these models. Yeah. Next, 94. Endowed with the lion's roar, they were renowned throughout the 10 directions.
能狮子吼，名闻十方。
Okay, 95. Endowed with the lion's roar. Endowed is born with. Okay? This is your DNA. Is that you have the lion's roar. Okay? And this is about praising the achievement of the Bodhisattvas in transforming others. Okay? And a lot of people will be using this translation a lot. So they keep referring to a great scripture, which is, I didn't know this, the Nirvana Sutra for the Tiantai school. I'm learning a lot, from these great sages. It's so cool. Because the Buddha nature is called lion's roar samadhi. I didn't know that. Okay? And Bodhisattvas who dwell in the samadhi are able to roar the lion's roar. Okay? So what does it mean? The Bodhisattvas have this ability, okay, to enter and connect with the Buddha nature. We're not talking Bodhisattva, we're talking about you as well. But the Chinese don't tell you that. They want to mystify it, make like Bodhisattvas special animals. They are, but this is interesting, is because you too, when you are able to connect with your Buddha nature, then you have this lion's roar samadhi yourself. You just don't know how to use it. You don't know how to do it consistently. Okay? So this is where the training comes in. Bodhisattvas are trained to do this consistently. This is a different world, folks. It's not like the world of, as you know. Okay? And so the Bodhisattvas have this ability to roar the lion's roar. Okay? It's also called fearless speaking. So when they're in this samadhi, they speak Dharma, they are fearless. And they are so imposing, like a lion's roar. The lions, the king of the beast, like you seen that movie, Disney movie, the king lion, when it's you remember that scene? I only saw the commercial, by the way. I do not like Disney movies for some reason. Too childish. Pain. You may like children, I don't. Anyway, so this lion's roar here, that roar there, okay, supposedly the way the Buddhists explain it is that the lion, this is roar, the lion, when the lion roars, all the beasts tremble in fear. So it has this power over the beasts, the beastly natures. Isn't it interesting? So this tells you that the Bodhisattvas have this ability to shake up and instill fear in evil. They may appear calm outside, but inside they're trembling. So cool. You're not impressed. It's really an uphill battle for me today. You all like, I'm so full today. Air conditioning. What else can go wrong? Okay, so fearless speaking. So the Buddha, when he spoke Dharma, Bodhisattva, when he speak Dharma, okay, they enter the samadhi, they're fearless. Okay, and one day, children, okay, your turn, it will be your turn to speak the Dharma. Remember this, okay, that when you speak Dharma, you are using a lion's roar. There's no need for you to be scared. My master never taught my generation. He didn't do a lot of things, and so my generation, we handicapped. Okay, so my peers are scared when they speak Dharma. They're scared that you're going to ask them questions and you can't answer your questions. I'm no longer scared because I don't give a damn anymore. I can't answer all your questions anyway. Okay, so speaking Dharma refers to the fact that you speak Dharma from your Buddha nature. There's no need to be fearful, because if you're fearful, you're not speaking from your Buddha nature. Yeah? Yeah? My master never taught us that. Never. Okay? You have it already. Why are you fearful? There's no need to be fearful. Unless you're trying to manipulate people. From my perspective, okay, in order to, when talking about lion's roar, okay, you need to complete the 3 contemplations. You were taught the 3 contemplations already. 3 contemplations are, this is Avatamsaka Sutra teaching. What are the 3 contemplations? For you to open your Buddha, Bodhisattva's wisdom. Contemplate the true. Contemplate the, this is the true. Contemplate the false. The 3rd contemplation is, you have to memorize this. This is Buddha's wisdom, folks. Only in Buddhism do you have this. And only in Mahayana do we teach you this, because we want you to become enlightened. Without this, you cannot become enlightened. You contemplate the true. You contemplate the false. And what's the 3rd one? You contemplate the needle. That's the 3 contemplations. Okay? And so you practice as taught, then, so there's a training here. You practice as taught, And then you can proclaim the 4 teachings without fear or weakness. Okay? It's funny here, interesting here. I don't know how true that is. We need to talk to a scientist here. It says a young lion can roar when they are 3 years. I don't know how true that is. Can we do a chat GPT and see if it's true? Sometimes the Chinese exaggerate a little. Okay? What does it say? Can a young lion at the age of 3 roar or not? Yeah? 4.
So it says the young lion typically starts to roar around the age of 1 or 2.
1 or 2 already?
But by the time they reach maturity, so they're mature around 3 to 4 years old, the roars are fully developed.
Fully developed at 3 or 4.
Can be heard over long distances.
Oh, God bless ChatGPT. Okay, 98. Without having to be asked, these Bodhisattvas befriended others and provided safety.
众人不请，有而安之。
Okay, 99. The Bodhisattvas, they draw near living beings. Sangwuk Sunim, are you paying attention? Huh? Why do they draw near living beings, you think? Why? Let me tell you. If you don't draw near living beings, you reach an impasse. Doesn't matter how far you think you can go, you still have to draw near living beings. The further you want to go, the closer you want to be near living beings. So that's why it's a middle. Remember we talked about 3 contemplation, contemplating the true, meaning contemplating emptiness, meaning you can let go. Nothing you cannot let go. Okay? Trust me. It's nothing you cannot let go. Okay? Contemplate the false, meaning that you cannot let go of anything. That's balance. Okay? You can let go, but then you cannot let go. And then, because if you're confused enough, then you say, okay, I stay in the middle. You guys fight it out. And that's wisdom. Wisdom is here in the middle. Okay? What's this middle? What's its middle? This is where the people who don't understand Mahayana struggle when they ask about the middle way. What's the middle? Sounds confusing to me. There's empty here, there's the true here, there's the false here. Everything is true, is true, meaning everything is empty. Everything is false, meaning that grab all you can, okay? Buy stocks, get gold, Bitcoin, I don't care. Grab everything when you still can. What's the middle? Where's the middle? Thai, where's the middle? I know he's listening. What's the middle? True, false, what's the middle? See, he has to think. This is different from museum tours.
It's like not true and not false.
There you go, not true, what false? Where's not true, not false? Given here's, I'm giving you, this is true, this is false. Where's the middle? Can you point me what the middle is?
Right there.
My head?
Yeah.
Wrong. Anyone else? Where's the middle? Pay attention, young man. Where's the middle? You point to a part. I gave him, so don't pick this anymore. The rest of you, where do you pick? Don't pick my head anymore. Where's the middle? This is very interesting concept. That's why the Buddhist scholars don't want to talk about this. They don't know. They don't understand. What's the middle? Grandma, what's the middle? You think housewives don't get it? Is this applied to housewives too? Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, middle means it's a moving target. Sometimes go to the truth, but sometimes you have to be in the false.
You describing confusion. You're describing wishy-washy. Like husbands. Yes, Wei Mao. Where's middle? Point to me where's middle. Yes, DTT.
손가락과 손가락 사이가 중도입니까?
Correct. But translate anyway.
Between fingers.
Between fingers. I knew it. She's right. But between fingers includes my head. Should I exclude this here? Wei Mao.
Emitofuo, Master. The middle way is acting from emptiness in the mundane world.
Okay? The middle has to accommodate both. Otherwise, it cannot be the middle. If you over here, okay, to my right, then you are leaning towards the false. Yeah? If you're leaning over here, you're leaning towards the true, the empty. You're letting go more than you should. You're over here, you're grabbing more than you should. You're too greedy. Here, you're not greedy enough. So the middle is over here, right? If you're over here, then you have a problem. Over here, then how do you decide when to be empty, when to be false? That's why it cannot be here. Okay? So therefore, middle is, that's the only way, is everything, both true and the false. That's Mahayana wisdom. You can drop your wife, but you also can love her at the same time. I love you until I drop you. Superior man. Okay? That's a middle. Superior man practice the middle way. Did you hear? Yeah? See, he appreciates it. You're welcome. So when the time comes, you find a girlfriend or boyfriend, get along, and drop her, and drop him. Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, how do I love man and then at the same time I drop him?
You ask because you don't understand the middle yet. You ask a person to understand the middle, he would say, I would love him until I drop him. Or I drop him, I still love him. Does it help? What does it mean? I love him till I drop him. Meaning that I will love my boyfriend, okay, until my boyfriend doesn't want me anymore. Then I drop him. That's love. Okay? That kind of love is non-possessive. I will love you and love you and love you while I still can. Okay? How about dropping your boyfriend until you love you? And what's the opposite? You won't help me. Boyfriend confuses me. Girlfriend, I understand. Boyfriend, I struggle with the concept a little, to be honest.
Master, I've never had a relationship, so I don't know how to start with.
Then I have a suggestion for you. Try a relationship with God. Okay, can I do some research on this? I have to work on the boy side, the homosexual life, love. Okay, we stop here today. Thank you, everyone. Saved by the bell.